Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jonathan Darwin here with Bruce Tharpe, President of the National Wrestling Alliance, with some major news talking about the future of the NWA. But Bruce, before we can get into that, I know it's going to have to be brief, but can you tell us a little bit about your history with the NWA?
Well, how much time do you have?
Well, exactly.
Actually, I was born in the National Wrestling Alliance, basically. I know that sounds crazy, but my father was involved in the NWA back in Florida. And so my earliest memories as a child are going to the wrestling matches with my father, and they were all National Wrestling Alliance cards. My dad was a friend of Sam Muchnick. He was a very close friend of the promoter in Tampa, Eddie Graham. My dad knew Lou Thez, and a lot of these legends actually kind of held me when I was a little boy. So, becoming president of the National Wrestling Alliance is a dream come true for me, something I never anticipated would have happened. But because of my background in the NWA and my deep respect for the brand, that's why I've devoted my life to restoring it to the position of prominence that it once held, and I'd actually like to take it past, take it to an even higher level than it's ever enjoyed, ever.
And before we get into that, let me ask you this question, a two-part question. What does the NWA not only mean to you as the president, but as a fan?
Well, as a fan, we grew up on the NWA. NWA was always about wrestling. That's what the National Wrestling Alliance stands for. Wrestling is on the marquee, and that's what you'd see in the ring. And that's exactly what you see today. I mean, when I tell people that they're going to see a National Wrestling Alliance card, they're going to see guys that are hitting each other, and really slamming each other. And they're going to really appreciate the athleticism of our competitors, because that's exactly what our wrestlers are. They're athletes. They're highly trained professional athletes. And that's what you're going to see when you go to an NWA card today.
Excellent. Now let's talk a little bit about the future of the NWA. You're overseas often. Is there a continued working relationship with New Japan in the future?
Well, we certainly hope so. We've been working very closely with New Japan Pro Wrestling for over 2 years. I've been to Japan myself personally 14 times over the last 2 years, and I've got several trips coming up. They actually have some of our belts right now, and we need to get those belts back. Tenzan, as you know, is the current NWA World Heavyweight Champion, and we need to get that 10 pounds of gold back in the United States. So until we get that belt back, we're going to continue going to Japan. Absolutely.
And one of the things that people can enjoy while they're waiting for that title to come back is something called NWA Classics 24/7. Wow. Now, what is NWA Classics 24/7 going to be?
NWA Classics 24/7 is a project that we anticipate being launched on the 4th of July. This year. We're super excited about it. It's got some of the greatest classic NWA matches that people have never seen. I mean, these matches have been literally locked in an air-conditioned vault for maybe 40 years, 35 or 40 years. You're going to see Harley Race versus Andre the Giant for the NWA World title when both of these wrestlers were still in their prime. And you will actually see Harley Race body slam Andre the Giant on the floor. Okay? So the people that tell you that Hulk Hogan was the first one to body slam Andre the Giant, not true. And you're going to see it for yourself. We've got all kinds of tremendous competitors. You're going to see Johnny Valentine, Wahoo McDaniel, Ric Flair, the Von Erichs. I mean, the list goes on and on. We probably have over 400 hours of content. We're going to launch this project on the 4th of July. It's going to be a monthly subscription service where for a very low subscription fee, you'll have unlimited downloads of all these matches, and it's something that I can't wait to see myself.
Now there's a rumor that also current content like Smoky Mountain is going to be included as well in some way, shape, or form?
Absolutely. We're going to definitely, initially there's so much classic content that's what we're going to be focusing on. But shortly after the launch, we are going to be looking at putting new content on it. We're going to actually be producing new content ourselves, once we start doing that. We're also looking at doing some original type programming, like we're going to do NWA Shoot series, where we're going to have legends like Ricky Morton, Beautiful Bobby Eaton. We've got Luke Williams of the Bushwhackers, Terry Funk. We've got scheduled Kevin Sullivan. So we're going to be doing some very special NWA Shoot interviews we'd like you to take a look at. Another idea that we're thinking about developing is an NWA fitness segment. How many of you out there would like to know how Rob Conway became the Iron Man? Well, he'll be able to talk to you about the diet that he's on, his workout routines, and we'll have a program featuring Jax Dane talking about the same thing, Tim Storm, and many others of the most favorite wrestlers that you have, talking about what they do when they go to the gym and what they buy when they go to the grocery store.
Excellent. And where can fans find out about updates of NWAClassic.com?
Go to our website, NWARingside.com. We're actually going to have its own dedicated website at NWAClassics.com. But for now, just go to the NWARingside.com website to give you updates on how soon this project's going to be launched and what the progress is. But we are super excited about it.
I know I am as well. Fans, you can check out NWARingside.com for updates. This is Jonathan Darwin saying thank you, Mr. President, for joining us. I'm looking forward to the future.
Thank you so much, Jonathan.